here. Okay, so guys, there's a syllabus on Reddit TF2 League right now.
Ooh.
And step 1, some binds you can add for rollouts, but you can do that after the fact. Those steps that bind will also turn on your hit sounds, which is totally key. Like if there were a blue demo here and I can't see him, I can know he's here. Wait, shit, red demo. Like I get the hit sound there even though I don't see him, so it's essentially like a wall hack. You really need hit sounds on. But that's just kind of your prep work. The main thing is, as Demoman, you gotta really balance your strengths and weaknesses. You have crazy damage, just more than any other class. You have better area of effect damage, so you can hit multiple people at once. Even if you're just hitting one, you still do more damage, but you have added bonus that if there are a bunch of people in here, I can hit all of them, and there often are. But the problem is, and also you have the best speed. I get to mid first if I do it right. But the problem is you also have massive weakness. You are totally vulnerable at close range. You're gonna have to melee pretty often, or better yet, just put a sticky between you and them, don't let them close in. But the general, that's gonna be the problem. And to top that off, you can't move on a dime. You're the least maneuverable class. If somebody's jumping at you, you've got to lay a stick and then jump. That takes like a second or two. So if you are really close to a corner and they're coming in with Uber, you're pretty much going to die here. Unless you're jumping, sticking away right away. So that's the key. Know your strengths and weaknesses and balance them out. You don't want to be... you don't want them to take advantage of your unmaneuverability and let you them close in. But do try to stay at this medium range where you can use your damage the best. Oh yeah, and also try to get them around the corners and in close spaces. So this would be a good time to practice. You should really learn the range at which you can do a normal sticky shot. This is your wheelhouse range. Like, you want to be fighting at this. You could go a little further and charge. That still is doing 51 damage to that demo. Or you can also snipe. But that's a good transition to the next section. Your different techniques. Pretty much going to be doing 4 ways to do damage. When you land for a mid-fight, I'm going to be coming out here normally. And their demo will be over where the red demo is right now. You want to have a sticky charge. You start charging when you go around the corner.
What's your opinion on window rollout?
It's solid. Don't do the same rollout every time. Is really my opinion. But I don't know. It's more individual for each map. I really find watching a top level demo is the best way to get an idea for a couple of them.
There's plenty of POVs online that you can download if you're interested in that.
These links in the side right
ESCA.
Yeah, I'm going to add some to this guide that I'm making. So anyway, the different ways that you can do this damage that you're so good at doing. You start every round with a snipe sticky somewhere. Normally here, like on mid, you can prep for scouts rushing you by laying a miniature trap. So that's step 2, traps. You can also use a bigger trap right at mid. 1, 2, 3. Especially if their demo is late. And after 5 seconds, this trap will only get stronger. So if they don't push through it right away, then it'll do 100% damage from back here. As opposed to normally, distance makes your damage fall off. So that's an even stronger option. And it'll force them to either run through or go a whole other route. Traps, again, you have these mini ones. You have longer ones that take a while to wait. If you have time to set up, always best to put them up here, somewhere where they can't see them. But if you put them on the ground and you don't have a lot of time, that still works great for delaying, and that's the name of the game. If you get here with time, you're going to win. And your third weapon is pipes. It's really hard to hit air pipes, and they're really inconsistent. Even if you're Banny, he's still very rare for him to hit all 4. So ideally, you'll launch them in a way that is both spam and will also stop jumpers. So if they're over here, they're often going to jump you like this. Well, if you're already spamming this corner or this house on an angle that's going to hit their spammers, or if you're in window, you can spam house, and also that like spam sticky is going to clog the jumping lane, or I can kind of guess when they're about to jump and shoot it ahead of time. You'll often luck out.
Sorry for interrupting, but could everyone go to spec? It's really distracting. Like, very distracting. Thank you.
So, your spam kind of melds with your air shots on pipes. Ideally. And this is another situation where if you watch like really good demos, they have these great positions where like they're hitting air shots here, but secretly Banny's not just thinking about that, he's also thinking, oh, I'm going to roll this down the hill, the medic's sticking another 40. So it really is maximizing his pipes. And you can do the same thing with stickies. Like if you're holding up here and you're backing up because they've got Uber, you can shoot in the air. That's going to be an air hit if they try to jump me, which they sure as hell will. But if they're not there in time, they're not about to jump yet, then, oh, well, now it's spam or a trap. So kind of combining the roles of your weapons and techniques is another great way to maximize the demo strengths. Now, as to strategy, yeah, I did stun way too fast. You really want to play with like a scout or a soldier or the combo. Like I get aggressive out here a lot, and as a result, Insert and Sean know to like jump me, and I'll die here very often. But I feel like, oh, I can put a lot of spam in. Well, a scout can come up here really fast, and especially if I'm slow on the rollout, you can just jump from there up to there. And if I don't have a trap up, I'm pretty much dead. I can solve this if a scout comes up through Val and helps me get here about the same time. I can pull back, and that scout who's coming in and doing like 60, 70 damage to me, maybe I'm at 30 or something, I'm running back. Well, now he's got like 3 bullets in the clip, and this scout has a big advantage on him. Probably already has a shot. So you can kind of bait yourself for your scout buddy. Or, you know, also, most of the time for newer demos, you're going to want to play with your combo, so then your combo can come in and clean up on a guy who's trying to kill you. You really don't want to be by yourself pushing up. That is the definition of overextend. It's the mistake we all make. And I'm up here, I don't realize that my combo's pulled back, and I'm taking some, oh, I can get some damage over here. Well, when a scout rushes me, I'm dead. Next is know your chokes. And this is something where, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people don't understand, or haven't learned the maths well enough to get this concept. But Demoman's damage is really lucky. Like, I'm shooting spam, I'm laying a trap, I have to rely on them going over that trap, or if it's here, not seeing the trap. And the fact that choke has got such a narrow space really removes the luck aspect. If it's over here in this wider space, sorry, first I should define choke. A choke is any place that's really tight and small. Like this exit is sort of a choke, except it's so crappy because it's so small that no one's going to even come through it. I mean, it would be very easy to get a kill there, and I have been killed there. So because this is tight and small and is actually used, it gets called the choke. That's kind of the other requirement. The wide open spaces opposite chokes, this is like the most classic, are the flank. And you'll want scouts to watch this, because if I'm over here, I mean, I can kind of damage there, but they can just push down through here. There's so much open space that they can just walk around my stickies. And also, if I pipe, I've got to just aim properly. I can't sort of pipe here and rely on, oh, if there's a guy following him, he'll get killed by that spam. On the choke, that pipe, you know, it's going to go right at the medic behind the guy. So the tight spaces, that's where you want to play. That's the definition of a choke. And if you don't have your demo, or they don't have their demo, you can push right through these. Chokes also tend to be popular spots because of the next step, strong positions. Strong positions have wide open space, like this, and they have high ground, this, and ideally they have both. So if I'm looking down here over a great bridge, I have high ground on him. My stickies will go further than his stickies with the same amount of charge. And on top of that, I have even more room to maneuver than the guy on the great bridge. Although he can still fall off. He's still got a pretty good amount of room. Spire is interesting because it's got a ton of high ground, but it's so small that it's not really that strong.
Hey, Blasto,
You wanna boost the corners. Sorry?
your mic's crackling a bit. Can you like move it away from your mouth, or it's buying
Sure.
its volume speaking?
Is this better?
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if anything's going wrong or if anything doesn't make any sense. So anyway, chokes are often positioned to deny people from strong ground, like right here. You don't want them to get this spot on you. If they have this and you're pushing from down here, you're kind of in trouble. They're going to move over here because they got a lot of maneuver, they can dodge spam, and now they've got high ground. And this is arguably as strong as the Spire, or at least close. So that is a big advantage to Demoman. And the fact that you're Demoman means even if you have a wide open space, you're still pretty good at controlling ground and countering their high ground. So you can take these strong positions and hold them. And the next step is splitting your enemies. So I guess it's pretty unlikely, but let's say they have somebody who jumps to Spire over here and you've pushed in, and they have spawners and you're even 6v6. Well, you can know that they're going to come out of this door, most likely, or want to. And that's going to be a fast route to get kills. Or put stickies up on the Spire because you know they're going to come out that way. You can deny people coming in for several seconds. And that's crucial. If you deny that entrance or this entrance, then your teammates can clean up here. And it'll be 5v3 for your team. It'll be great. Plus, you can still spam up here while also denying. But don't pay so little attention that they can just run right through.